Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Alex Paterick, and I'm here with Zachery Nielson, and we're here on day 2 of Adobe Live. So for those of you that have been sticking around through the previous ones, welcome back. For those that are new, thanks for joining us. How's it going, Zach?
Doing great. Excited to start.
Yeah. How's day 2 in San Francisco?
It's been awesome.
Yeah. Do anything fun?
Yeah, just went out for lunch and stuff. Went out last night with some family that was in town. It was a good time.
Yeah, great food in San Francisco.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, just to do a little recap of what we covered yesterday. You took us through a service website.
Right. Desktop experience.
Yep. So kind of like some tips and show us how to like start from the very beginning of an XD project and how to get into like, you know, just breaking down all the different components of it, different pages and stuff like that.
Yep.
It was awesome. I don't know if you still have that. Maybe we can just...
I do. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, it'd be cool to just kind of do a visual recap. I should have mentioned that earlier, so I apologize.
No worries. There we go.
Yeah, so we got a lot done.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to
Quite
do
a few
quick...
pages. Just zoom in here. We got our home page.
This was
our
a
about page.
lawyer website, right?
Right, yeah, it was for a lawyer service.
Cool. And we had some great suggestions on the name,
Absolutely.
phone numbers,
Best
some
phone number
slogans.
ever.
I'm hoping to get that sort of interactivity again today.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I mean, we went from the blank screen all
Absolutely
the way here.
blank screen. We wireframed and everything right in XD and got to this point. I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it turned out great. Content's kind of king on this, which is always a good thing. But today we're going to switch it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, we're taking a whole new route today. We're going with mobile e-commerce fashion type of application for iPhone. And as you see here, I already wireframed this one just because it's going to take a little bit longer to do.
Awesome.
So we got quite a few pages here.
Yeah, that's great. So if you want to see like how he like wireframed yesterday for the desktop, it's probably a similar approach through XD.
Yeah.
So you can go back, watch those, get up to speed. Maybe after you watch us live. I mean,
right?
So you can participate
Don't
a little
miss
bit.
the live part.
Yeah, that's the fun of it. But yeah, so this is awesome. In like an age of all the micro brands and stuff that you see on when you're like thumbing through Instagram, you click on them. E-commerce on mobile is kind of where it's at right
Absolutely.
now. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Just real quick setup. We do have Chat and Win that's going on. So in about 30 minutes, we're going to pick somebody out of the chat on Behance. So everyone that's joining us on Behance and talking with us, please participate. I'll call it out again in about 30 minutes, and then we'll pick a random winner, and you will win. Today it's not socks, but almost just as good. We got an XD notebook and some stickers. So, you know, participate in there, see your name in there, and hopefully you'll get called on.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, so I got the basic wireframes up. We got quite a few pages here. So we got our welcome onboarding screen. I got 2 of those, you know, pretty generic. Then we got our storefront page, our 2 different categories, main categories, just women's and men's clothing. Then we got a search page, the actual product page that will have the product itself on it. Then we got our cart, and then over here is going to be the checkout. I forgot to label that one. Let's do that real quick.
Cool. You're one of the rare designers that labels all the artboards, which I envy.
Right. All right, cool. So I think we'll start with the onboarding screen.
Cool.
Get a little closer in here.
So onboarding. So for those that maybe are unaware of like what onboarding really is,
right?
Can you talk
So
about that bit?
Basically, this is the introduction of the app. It's not actually the app, but it's a screen telling you kind of about what the app is and what you can do with it and how to use it.
Cool. So you should be able to get like a pretty good sense of what the app's going to be like just based on this screen.
Pretty much, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so I started off with just a bunch of squares, just like yesterday. This is just to signify the title, some images, some buttons, and stuff like that. So I'll just start removing those and replacing them with the actual objects. So up here we have our title. And I did not come up with a name for this, so if you guys can come up with a name, that would be awesome.
Ooh, do we have like a genre of products?
Mostly just clothing, shoes, stuff like that. So pretty wide where you can go with the name.
Okay. So if anybody has some suggestions along those lines, let us know.
Absolutely.
We'll fill them in. And yeah, thanks for everyone for joining us. Alexandra, hello. Ari, Brent, Lucian, welcome everyone.
All right.
Carrie, you feel like you're 2 days behind. I mean, these are all recorded, so if you ever want to go back and look, let us know, or just look us up online, and you can see day 1 with Zach, and you can always watch this later if you want to, but participate if you can. Konstantinos, welcome. Oh, Simon was asking again what kind of online store it is.
Oh, e-commerce for fashion and clothes.
Just fashion and clothes. So pretty open-ended as far as clothes go. Cool. Yeah, so throw us some name suggestions.
Absolutely. So this one is going to come into play a lot, this square here. It's going to basically turn into what all of these are. It's basically the content block for an actual product that you're going to buy. This is just kind of showing you it. So we'll start designing that by rounding it out.
So yeah, those little like circles on the inside will help you kind of pull in the corners and give them a corner radius.
Just add a nice drop shadow to it. We're going for a pretty modern look today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And down here is going to be the continue button, so we're going to stylize that as well. I think we'll do shadow. Same type. And also something good to note, if you're adding a shadow and you're just adding the X, Y, and stuff right here, and you're not getting the big shadow you want, it's easier to just adjust the darkness and it will come up way better.
The alpha of that, cool.
Right.
It's a good tip. We have some names coming in.
Oh, great.
Clothes horse. E-clothes. Hanger. I like hanger.
Hanger sounds good, yeah.
It's sort of like it looks like an airplane hanger kind of spelling, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's spelled differently, but we'll pretend like that's what it was going with.
We'll go for that. I kind of like that. I think that goes well with the broad clothes type company.
Yep.
So let's do that. Make sure it's spelled the same way he wanted to. Cool. I'll just get this nice and bold. Maybe make it black. So now we need a slogan. So again, yesterday we did an awesome slogan from you guys. So if you guys can think of an awesome slogan to go with it, that'd be great. While I finish up this page.
What was yesterday's? It
was like something about how to get your money.
Yeah. Then we had some good suggestions, like sue or be sued.
Right. Yeah, that one was great. You can actually remove one of these. This is just to signify that there's 2 pages for your intro, so we'll remove one from each.
Yeah, those guys, I think we call them like pips usually.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty handy just to let the user know what like progression of the of the site they're in.
It's nice and subtle.
Yeah, Simon's calling out what our slogan was yesterday. Don't get even, get everything. Which,
there it is, yep.
Which is gold. It's gold.
That was great. Round out our border up here just for a little style effect.
And we're rocking with what is this, an iPhone 7?
This one's iPhone X.
iPhone X.
Yep.
Nice, okay.
Preset.
What types of clothes for the store?
Well, I got a bunch of images. Let me actually pull those up so that you guys can get a good sense. These are the images we'll be using, so you can kind of see the type of bright style I'm trying to go for with this one.
All right.
Finish this one up.
Cool. And if anybody in the chat has questions along the way, or suggestions on design or tweaks that you want to see made, or anything like that, shout them out. We'll respond to them. We'll talk about them, and maybe adapt them.
Absolutely. We get anything for a slogan yet?
I don't know if we got a slogan. I think people were feeling out like what kind of clothes first.
Right.
They want to get a vibe in.
Right.
So it seems a little bit more, pretty modern, like bold
Absolutely.
and bright kind of clothes. Maybe not quite surfer, but like, I'm not sure how you describe it.
I'm not sure what word you would use. That's kind of why I wanted to show the pictures so you can get an actual sense for it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, that's looking pretty good for now. I think we'll move to the next onboarding screen. Get back here. So this will take the logo. And then so this screen, I was kind of thinking this is going to be showing how the product boxes actually work. So this is kind of pointing, this is what that will be, this is what that will be.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start by designing that.
Oh, wait, can you talk about that a little bit more? What do you mean?
So this is going to be the product box, which is these.
Okay.
This is the early version of them, obviously. These are just going to be description boxes pointing at specific things in the actual content box, saying what it is. Like up here, I was thinking we do something a little different that's not on most clothing websites, is what sizes are available right now.
Ooh.
So you don't have to waste your time clicking on the product, see if they have your size. So this will basically just be saying this is where the sizes are, and down here we'll just be saying this is where the prices are.
So sort of like annotations of like
Right,
when it's going to come.
basically, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, there's nothing more annoying than like finding a shirt you love
And then they don't have your size and you were so excited,
oh,
right?
So frustrating. So frustrating. Okay, so we got a couple slogan things coming in. Don't be threadbare. I think that's
That one's pretty good.
That one's good. A comfy hang for your garments.
I like that.
All right. We have a question. Do you have to visually compensate for the shadow, i.e. move the box to the left? So I guess what he's asking is because the shadow hangs to the right a little bit,
right.
Do you feel the need to center it in the center?
I don't. I kind of like the effect it gives and how it looks,
Mm-hmm.
but that's totally something you can do if you're into that, for sure.
You always.
You can also make your shadow less,
Mm-hmm.
less apparent.
Yeah.
If you don't really like that look, I just think it looks good. So.
Mm-hmm. Always fly in style is another.
Okay, that one's pretty good for the hanger name.
That is.
I think we'll go with that one.
Yeah. Another type of clothes. I like it. We got some good ones in there, but
Yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
like the always fly in
I
style.
think it just goes so good with the name.
Yeah.
It's hard to not pick that one. Cool. I'll just move these out of the way for now.
Well, while you're setting some of that up, I want to do a call out for our challenge today. Not the chat and win, but we do have a daily challenge that you can go on. It should be in the tab to your right on top of the chat. So follow those instructions, enter, and at the end of the show, we'll pick a winner, and winner gets a free year of Creative Cloud.
One of the best prizes I've ever seen on any live stream.
Yeah, for sure. Great prize. It's pretty simple one today. We've seen some really cool and elaborate things, so don't let the simplicity kind of get in your head. But one screen, submit it, we'll go through them all, and we'll pick one at the end. I'll do a couple reminders throughout the show, though.
Awesome. So I'm trying to decide now if I want to do these content boxes to be completely filled with an image or have like a white overlay right here for the title. So I think I'll drop an image in and see how it looks. Okay, so if we did this, we'd have to make the text white. Looks pretty good, but I think that a white overlay might look a little better.
Yeah, it might be a little bit cleaner and probably more adaptable to what image is in the background.
I think it'll just kind of match the theme better as well.
Cool.
So I'm just going to mess with this to make it. Make this black. Looking pretty good so far. Move this.
Move that out back there, yeah.
Just like that. We'll also remove this border and copy this one in. Move it back. Cool.
Awesome. So you just did a Command V, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get our button in.
Oh, I'm seeing a comment about doing a Spanish version of the show. I mean, I think that's probably a great
That'd
idea.
be cool.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We can talk to some people.
Just copying and pasting some of the little things from the first page.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Get them centered up. All right. So now we got to do this part.
So what's this part doing again?
So this is just going to be the annotations, explaining kind of how everything is organized for a new user.
So this is actually, this is you're calling this out for the actual user, not for like an engineer or anything like
Right,
that.
right,
Okay.
exactly. Oops. That's good there. So I think we'll move this.
I'm curious to see how you like how the instructions pop.
Right. I think we'll just go with a little box for the explainer.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stylize it to match the rest of the app. Shadow.
So a new feature that we introduced recently is if you copy an item,
Right.
you can do a right click and paste appearance.
Oh, cool.
So you can always match appearance.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Definitely going to start using that.
Yeah, it kind of changed my whole workflow once I discovered
Right.
it.
All right.
I think one of the things people overlook a lot is onboarding. I think getting people familiar with it.
Absolutely.
I think it can be too aggressive sometimes, but if you
I
do
think-
it just enough and only show
Right.
it like once,
Right.
it
Yeah.
gives people enough context.
I think it's becoming more popular now than it used to be for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, sometimes people just go way overboard with it. So I decided to just go with 2 screens just to familiarize the
Yeah.
new users.
And that's easy enough to swipe through if you don't want to be bothered by it. Or
Right.
sometimes you get like 5 or 6 and you're like swipe, swipe, swipe.
Right.
Just like, let me get to the
It's like,
to the
I don't
app.
care about any of this crap.
Exactly. Cool. We are getting some people talking about where they're from. I think there's a Puerto Rico, Indonesia, California. Nice. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, do a little shout out from where you're at. Let's see where everyone's from right now. It's 4:50 a.m. for Reza. Oh, man.
Up early to watch.
That is early. Arizona. Nice. Poland. Awesome.
All right, that's coming together.
Honolulu. I still haven't been to Hawaii. I need to go. I have no excuse
Same,
now
though.
that I live in California.
Right.
So close.
True.
All right, Peru, Liverpool. Welcome, guys. Greece, Germany, it looks like. Belgium, Wisconsin, Midwest. Awesome. I'm repping my Detroit hat today.
Oh, yeah,
So
there you go.
I mentioned it yesterday, so, you know.
So yeah, I think those intros are pretty solid for now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So we can move to the home/storefront page where all their featured items will be. So we can start removing this stuff and replacing it.
Barcelona. Nice. Washington, D.C.
Very nice.
Warsaw.
Throw in our little search button. And then up here, I'm going to do like subcategory menu.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main menu will be down here for the main categories.
Okay.
So say you're on the men's page, up here we'll say shirts, pants, shoes, etc. If that makes sense.
Okay. So what kind of stuff will go on the bottom?
So on the bottom, it'll be men's, women's, sale, clearance, stuff like that.
Okay.
So more broad categories.
I feel you. Okay. Tops, bottoms.
And then shoes, you know, whatever.
Mhm.
Just fill it up with some content here.
Absolutely. So, I see you have like a search button.
Right.
When do you decide to use like text versus like an icon or something?
Well, today, to be 100% honest with you, I forgot to import my search icon. As you see, I brought some icons over here.
Yeah.
I totally forgot the search icon, but I actually do sometimes use the word search or menu even for hamburger menus.
Yeah. Sometimes words are the clearest.
Sometimes it's just more obvious and a little cleaner. Depends on the look you're going for. I think we're doing a lot of text menus, so I think it just fits the theme as well.
Mm-hmm. Reza wants to know a little bit more about the XD starter plan. Well, there's a link at the top of the chat where you can download XD for free. You can share up to one prototype and design spec. And yeah, you can get building now.
Sweet. So I just did that new feature you were talking about, pasting the appearance here.
Nice.
Copied it from here, pasted it right here. Makes this way easier than I thought it was going to be.
You don't have to mess around with matching the numbers in the
Right.
property inspector.
So yeah, that's awesome. Just like that, we have our styles in.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can start importing this. Just copy, paste, and shrink it down. Actually, I might want to throw our images on first so we can see a little clearer. So since this is the home page, we want a mix of all the categories. So we'll throw in this one, maybe this one. Perfect.
Yeah, this is a good example of one of the things I showed you yesterday with image masking, where
Yeah.
if you just drag and drop an image in there, it's going to fill and center your image in the shape. There's also other ways to do that. So if you use an image mask, for example, you can position them a little bit more
Right.
what's the word, strategically if you wanted to.
Right, yeah.
But most of the time it actually does a pretty good job
Yeah.
with just a drop in.
90% of the time I don't need to do anything extra.
Zach asking, will XD support plugins in the future? We have announced that we do have plans for extensibility. I think we just announced like $10 million fund as well.
Yep.
To help
Awesome.
to help developers make some extensions and get a little money for it.
Very cool, for sure.
Riza is asking about the image masking and how does it affect the file size. Well, it won't affect your file size any differently than just dragging and dropping the image into the shape, if that's what you're asking. However, if you are dropping, like, say, raw, like full resolution files and photos into your file, your XD file can get pretty big. So it's always best to optimize those before dropping them in. But XD handles them like a champ, so the file size might be large, but you won't notice any performance drops while you're using it.
Awesome. So I just want to show something really quickly. Just undo that. So a lot of the times we'll hide objects behind other objects just to give it the appearance of there being full content. So a lot of times I just use Command bracket on Mac to move it backwards.
The Z order of
Right,
layers.
yeah. So that's always a nice little thing to do, just to give some more depth to your designs and your mock-ups. So doing pretty good on this page. Now we just gotta come up with a new title for this one. Oops. Cool. Really liking the style of this one today. Okay, so we got the basics of our first 3 pages done. Next we'll move on to our actual menu down here that we can import into the other pages.
So these would be like the first 3 screens, user experiences, which
Exactly.
is pretty crucial
In
moment.
the exact order as well. So here's what happens when you first download and you signed in and everything. Then you would see this. And then once you hit finish, you'd be onto this screen of their featured products. So let's get rid of these icons first of all. We're gonna leave the text, and I got this from the iOS kit that you can download right in XD.
Oh, nice.
Right here.
Really
if you guys are wondering.
valuable. Yeah.
Definitely nice to have.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple really useful kits that you can download for XD, whether it's Android.
For sure, yeah.
Like material design stuff, iOS. Just some really basic, like generic blue wireframes, which really help you just kind of start to put together the story, and then you fill them in, sort of like how Zach started this off. So yeah, feel free to dig around and use those tools. Don't be afraid to use things that other people made as a starting point, and then just kind of make it into your own.
Yeah, so I'm just throwing in some icons to go with all the categories. And you can actually get these icons for free as well. I use an app on Mac called Icons 8. I'm pretty sure they have a website where you can download like any iOS, Android, Microsoft icons.
Oh, awesome.
These are the iOS ones that I'm using. And we'll just use their text to label ours.
All right, everyone. So we have a chat and win contest to go on to right now. So if everyone wants to get on chat and maybe send us what mobile apps you're into as far as design. There's a lot of really cool mobile apps out there, and since we're designing one, maybe
absolutely
plug it or something that inspires you. Send it our way. So in a minute or two, we'll have a random person in the chat selected to win this XD notebook and sticker. So feel free to submit and try to win.
So now I'm just throwing out some of these cards just onto the intro page, just to give it some more content. Let you know we accept all of these different payment vendors.
Gotta know what's acceptable. I need those points on my card.
There you go.
Cool. Ooh, NHL app design is pretty nice. Okay, everyone, we have a winner. Congratulations to Zach Ellison.
Shout out to Zach.
Another Zach. This is yours now, so congratulations. We'll be sending that your way.
Awesome notebooks. The grid paper on them is really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking yesterday about like how we like to like organization apps and how you like to use sticky notes.
Yeah.
Notebooks are great for that too.
Absolutely.
I usually write out a nice little agenda on there.
Yeah, actually, I use my exact same XD notebook. Half the time I'm not using Post-it notes, I'm using that to make my to-do list. So.
Perfect for it.
Just trying to decide on some sizing here. If I want them bigger or smaller. I think I'm liking the smaller size. And the great thing about these icons is they're fully transparent, so you can put it on any color.
That is nice, yeah.
And you can just drag and drop these right into XD.
Mm-hmm. And you could probably change those colors too.
Right, yeah, and they're fully adjustable colors. I just went with black.
Yeah, like it clean, simple.
Absolutely. Cool, so let's get these centered up.
So yeah, if you're not Zach and you didn't win a notebook today, we still have our challenge where you can submit. Go to the challenge tab up top of the Behance chat and submit your entry, and we'll take a look at them later and pick a winner. Again, that's a free year of Creative Cloud.
Which is still crazy to me. All right, we're getting pretty close to done with this one. I think we'll do a sales tab, then a cart tab, which is unique, I think. Have your cart actually in the menu here.
Oh yeah.
Just a little, because we're kind of out of room up here. I don't want too much stuff that's clickable up here, so I think it'd be a nice little change of pace.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Good on there.
Trying to decide if I should throw my Bitcoin icon on there or not. I don't think I will, just because these cards look really clean.
Yeah, it kind of breaks the pattern.
Right.
Circle icon.
Throw this one. Zoom in here.
What if Zach wins everything? Well,
Well, then this is probably rigged for Zach's.
Yeah, there might be a conspiracy out there now.
All right. Whoops. And we'll use this truck icon.
Is that delivery tab or is that cart?
Yeah, it's like shipping, but I'm just gonna use it for cart.
Nice.
Just for our purposes. Cool, that's looking pretty good.
Yes, then he's a powerful Adobe Live mage, yes.
Cool.
So what kind of things do you think are like the things you consider most when designing a mobile versus a web?
Right.
A web platform one?
Something I think about a lot is where the user's thumb is going to be, since that's what they're going to be using to select most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to have the main things at the bottom, like I did here very traditionally, and there's a reason why that's the standard of apps.
Yep.
So that's something I like to think about. And I also like to think about the screen. So not just the screen resolution, but the brightness and the color of the screen, because our phones have great screens these days. So it's great to take advantage, like in this app, and use some really bright colors and a bunch of depth and shadows. I think can really help it pop on the screen, especially the iPhone X screen.
Yeah. I haven't played around with it too much, but when I have, I was like kind of amazed by it.
Right,
It's a
yeah.
gorgeous screen.
I feel like that's how I feel on every new iPhone. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's a
keeps
good
getting
point.
better and better and better. All right, cool. So those are looking pretty good. So now we're gonna copy a bunch of these assets over onto the other blank screens we got over here. So I'll just start removing this stuff, then copying them. Boom. Skip that page.
Awesome.
Get that in there. In here.
It's funny how a header can really make a page just kind of
Completely changes it, right?
Yeah.
Just from some text, even like
It's no
a
longer
couple
just a
colors
wireframe.
and different font. It looks great. So down here I have the categories, just a little organization with my artboards. We'll put these in here as well. Cool. Zoom out a bit. Make sure we didn't skip anything. Looking good. Cool. So now we can move on to our actual category pages, which will be pretty similar to the home page, except we don't have this one.
Mhm.
So we can copy the styles of these again. Zoom back in here. And so to do that, you just copy, then paste appearance. That's the
Can I
only
challenge
secret.
you a little bit?
Do it.
Can we use repeat grid for this?
Repeat grid? Oh yeah, let's do that. So I will take this out. Oops. Take that out. So now we have just one of our content boxes. And I'm just going to come up here, hit repeat grid. We can come out here and then go right on down. And then I'll just move it back. Boom.
Excellent.
Super easy. Cool. So now, gotta get some more images. So this is the women's page. We only want to use the women's pictures. Let's see what we got.
Ooh, so if you multi-select,
Oh, right, yeah. So it will fill in all of them, but if you just go in order, you don't have to really worry about that. So like, boom. And then you keep going in that order, then you don't have to worry about anything, because it'll fill them.
yep, so it's going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just following your basic traditional pattern.
Yep. Let's see. Use that one. Reuse this one. Then let's use this one.
I am jealous of all the owl puns from the last
Oh,
stream.
right. It's like, how do we come up with something like that now?
Exactly.
It's a little late for that.
We can work on it. I'm sure we can come up with something.
For sure.
I don't want to close the door on that.
Right. Alright, cool. So that's looking good. Let me just grab the titles again. Paste them all in.
Ooh, if you throw them into your repeat grid.
Oh, you can do that?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Just double click into your repeat grid and paste it in.
Oh, really?
So delete those guys,
So delete these.
or at least cut one, and then
Right. So then what?
you have it all selected,
Yep.
and then cut, and then double click on the image, and now paste.
That is a life changer.
That's what I'm here for.
That's great. Wow, that's so much easier.
And what's really cool about this is all the text is changeable on each one, so it won't repeat on all of them. So now you can just customize them.
Yeah, that just saved us like 3 minutes right there just by doing that. So we're looking pretty sweet right now. Let's zoom out and take a look at everything. So these basically started like this, and now they look like this.
Content rich, coming to life. I like it. It's
Absolutely.
looking great.
Loving the colors for sure.
Yeah, the colors they all work really nice together.
Yeah.
We talked about picking stock images yesterday and how tedious that is. So this is a good job because it's like they all have a nice color theme to them. That go
it's easy when you're going through a bunch of the stock pictures to just pick all the ones you like, but you gotta try to stay on a general theme.
Absolutely.
So something I suggest with that is on Adobe Stock, you could just search, say, fashion and then bright, which is how I found these ones.
It's a good tip. I'm terrible with searching for stock, so I take all the tips I can get.
Right. I usually like to spend like 20 minutes finding them at least, just because it can really make a huge difference on your mock-ups when presenting to a client or a developer or whoever.
Definitely. The thing is, like, you can have the most brilliant design in the world, but if your images look bad, it's not going to matter at all.
Exactly. And that's something working with smaller clients as well that can be hard, is a lot of them don't have photography budgets and stuff. So it's great to know a little photography for your clients as well.
That's true. That's just like a unsung hero of a lot of designers' flows.
It's crazy how just removing the border and adding a shadow just makes it look so much better.
It gives you some depth to it.
We're gonna mess with the colors of this search that I got from the iOS kit. Doesn't really go with our theme, so I think we might leave this part white for now, maybe a little darker. Turn that completely off. Perfect. Yeah, that looks really good. So this page is basically saying if you tapped on this search button, it would turn into this, and these would be the search results. So it's like a live search result type thing. Whatever you type, it starts auto-populating. So we'll just enter something in here just for fun. Throw some images in. Shoes in here. We haven't done that yet.
Ooh, shoes. I'm a sucker for shoes.
Yeah, I started to get more into them lately.
Oh man, I have to restrain myself.
Like, I have so many things I want to say right now.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
I mean, living in San Francisco, you're
True.
Like
really good point.
There's a lot of options, but then also you don't have a lot of room in your apartments often.
Right.
So rooms or shoes start to take up all that space.
Totally makes sense. Let's see if we can find a different one for up there. There we go. That looks good. So now we just grab these again. They are slightly different sizes, so
yeah,
just adjust as needed. Oops. I have to zoom in here.
Cool, and this is getting to a pretty good fidelity too, so I think we'll probably have some time to start wiring things up towards the end.
For sure, yeah.
Kind of really see it come to life, which is a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Paste this all in again.
Do you have any pet peeves of e-commerce websites, like something that they're doing today that you hate when they do it?
Right. Not really. I mean, I think companies are getting a lot better at it these days.
Mm-hmm.
Something like I said is the sizing thing. I think having the sizes on the products before you click them in is something everybody could easily do. That would be so much better of an experience.
Yeah.
Which actually just reminded me, I forgot to add those into these ones.
Yeah, I can't onboard them
Practice
onto
what
it.
you
and
preach.
then-
Yeah. Preach. All right, zoom in again. I have to mess with some coloring there, but for now we'll just get them in.
Awesome. I see that there's some design submissions. So if you're
Sweet.
just joining us, feel free. There's a challenge tab up top. Go join that. Submit. Try to win a prize. It'll be fun. We'll review them in about 40-ish minutes, or at least that's when the deadline is, and then we'll review them shortly after.
Right. Cool. So I think we'll change them to black whenever there's a light background. Still looks pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll get those all pasted in.
Can we use the mobile live preview in Android? I believe so. You might have to use the Creative Cloud, or use the app for it. The XD app, that is.
White and black kind of look the same on this one. Not much better.
Yeah, so those kind of details are sometimes hard to communicate to a designer or to an engineer. Like,
Right.
hey, I need this color switch. We need to check what the image looks
Right.
like.
These colors actually matter. They're not just there to look good.
Yeah, how do you try to call that out or at least communicate that?
I like to leave notes. These days using XD. Just add notes to the side of everything, kind of like I did here.
Mm-hmm.
I will do that a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And they'll just pop it open in XD and see my notes before they start developing. Or if they're not using XD, same thing. You could just leave notes somewhere as to why this matters.
Yeah, I guess you could send a prototype out
Right.
and leave a comment on there. But the nice thing now that it's free, all engineers can download it and open any
There's
of your
no
files.
excuse anymore.
Yeah. Yes, it's fun to watch how different people organize their file. Like, I like to just take like big chunk text and put it in the
Yeah.
pasteboard, and then I start to like group all my artboards in different ways and
For sure.
manage it that way. Yeah, now anybody can just go and open it and
Which is so
know
cool.
where they're at.
Almost done with these. It's always nice just to make sure you don't forget them on the ones that you're not even going to see the full thing, just for that depth. Cool. Zoom out here, check everything out. It's looking pretty good. I think we can move down here to our other category pages now. I was going to do this as clearance, but I think I'm going to just name it sales now, since that's what we did up here.
Ooh.
Cool.
What would be a cool thing to prototype out is notifications for when something
yeah.
goes on sale.
It's a good idea.
So maybe a home screen with a little pop-up that says, hey.
For sure. Cool. So let's move down to the men's page. And since we already did all the work here, we might as well just copy and paste it in. Oops. I want to grab my little scroll bar here. Cool. So we'll just replace these images with the men's images.
So you show the scroll bar just to tell.
Right. I mean,
whoever.
it just adds a little depth to your mock-ups.
Mhm.
It can be nice just to show what it would look like.
Right.
Throw some images in.
Yeah, these are all great images.
Yeah, I think they go really well together.
So how many e-commerce websites do you think you've done, or at least designed?
At least 50, I would say.
Wow.
I've done a lot of them recently, which is kind of why I'm into this.
Yeah.
In fact, I just launched a apparel one like last week, which
Nice.
is why I'm pretty motivated to work on one right now. This is pretty different than the style I went with, though. So it's kind of fun to experiment.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to like change it up, especially just for like a fun project like
Right,
this.
right.
Go
For
through the
sure.
motions of something new.
For sure. All right, so that one was pretty easy since it was basically the same thing with different images.
Hmm.
So let me just double check something. Oops. Cool.
Riza, you can crop an image in XD. You can use an image mask, or you can if you just drop an image into a shape, it'll fill it into the center, but you can't really get cropping controls. But if you use an image mask, you can kind of give a little bit more fidelity on how you crop it.
Well, Simon with a pretty good suggestion there. He said he likes to use a blur transparency overlay. I think that could look really good with this theme as well.
That is a good call.
Cool. Move this back. All right, so those are all three basically the same thing, which is why I grouped them together. Just swap some images.
Yeah, maybe in a little bit we can show what the blur image might look like.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
Those titles, just to give it a shot. That's the fun of this all, is just the iteration and seeing how things look and playing around. I'm not sure if we're looking to add a crop feature. I think there are some definite upgrades we can make to the masking feature that will give you the same sort of controls I think you're looking for. Just in response to the chat right now, for those that aren't on the chat.
All right, so you can kind of see what we've done so far. It's looking pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's come alive.
3 more screens to do here. I think I had another screen I wanted to add if we had time, so we'll see where we're at once we get these ones down. So let's move on to the product page.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I noticed that you have this row going, and
Right.
then all of a sudden you go into a column
Right.
for these three. What's the thought
So
process there?
basically, since these are all almost identical, it's just different images, really.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all category pages.
I
So
see.
they're all basically the same thing.
Okay.
So I just figured it'd be a little easier for me if I organized them all together. Because like in a row, they might be like, well, why are these all the same? Kind of just gives a little more context, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. So the product page, I'm actually going to take a different approach than what I originally wireframed here. So we'll start, pull one of these in. Nice big rounded corner image. Get these out of the way. Cool.
All right, so
this.
got a question for it's To Know Design. So welcome, and also a little bit about your interactivity in XD. Right now, we don't have support for things like hover states on a per artboard basis, but if you make 2 artboards and you change the state, you can link them together and kind of give the same effect. So a lot of times, being able to do that will get the point across just as well. But we're definitely working on some cool features in advanced prototyping. Yeah.
Sweet.
Not to plug another stream, but Friday we'll be showing some pretty cool things on the XD Live show around that, and maybe a little sneak peek into some stuff that we haven't really shown off yet.
Sweet. Yeah, I need to check that out. Cool. So now we've got to come up with a way to organize our sizes. There's a couple different approaches to take. I usually like to do like little squares with the sizes on them, just in a row kind of.
What's that? What is this part?
The sizes, like selecting your size.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. We'll kind of just play with it. Can either do round a corner or a circle. I think I'm feeling circle. get the same shadow effect going on. Zoom in a bit. Whoa, did not mean to go that far in.
A little pocket
There
shot.
we go.
That's all good.
All right, so I'll just, yeah. Throw that in there. That fits pretty well. I think we'll go a little smaller.
Yeah, it's always good to get those suggestions in the chat. Things you're looking for, features you want to know about. I can let you know if we have them already, and I can tell you if we, well, I can't always tell you if we're working on them, but I can always pass that information on to the team, knowing that you guys want those things. So yeah, keep throwing those things in the chat. It's always good to hear.
That's centered. See how that's looking if we zoom out a bit. So they're a little big. Oops. Cool, that's looking pretty good so far. Now we need a button. We'll come and steal this one.
Good app to go alongside this would be a laundry app.
Seriously.
It's like my least favorite thing to do.
Right.
So if you could just, order the clothes and then set up a cleaning service all in one.
Seriously though. All right. We'll just use the word buy. A little easier. Cool. It's looking pretty good. Group our button together. Cool. Something I forgot to do is paste this in everywhere. Oops, we're gonna have a little problem there, aren't we? Just gonna want to grab all of these.
Ooh, yeah.
So we can just move them for a second. There we go. Then we can put those back.
Always good to be able to just paste and undo
Right.
back into where you got it from.
Boom. So I think for the search, we'll keep it full screen. We won't add it in.
That's interesting. Yeah, because the categories don't make any sense in the search because it's kind of aggregating from all of those categories.
Exactly. Cool. Throw them in down here. Sweet. Make sure we didn't skip anything. Looking pretty good. Sweet. So, zoom back in here. So I'm trying to think of a way to signify when we're out of a certain size on the product page. Originally I was thinking just not have the bubble there, but that might be kind of confusing. So I think we'll just add a note that all other sizes are out of stock or something like that. Or if you guys have any suggestion on how we could approach that issue, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, throw your feedback in the chat. We'll make it happen.
But for now, I'll just throw that right there. Cool. So the cart.
Then I'll do another call out because I saw it in the chat. We do have the contest in about 30 minutes, or the deadline. So go to that challenge tab in the chat and yeah, submit an entry. We're looking for a mobile dashboard for activity tracking. So it can be for fitness, sleep, health, whatever you need. Just one screen we're looking for. And submit it in the link in the challenge tab, and we'll pick a winner in about a half hour.
Sweet. All right. Trying to decide if I want to go full round or just match the rounded corners. I think we'll try that for now.
I always end up with like 20 artboards that have different small little tweaks that I can never decide between. I have to show somebody and be
like which one? Help.
Decision anxiety. Let's see. We had some suggestions for the sizes being out. So maybe light gray is sold out.
Light gray, that could work.
Yeah, and then black is available and green is your selected.
Ooh, smart. I like that one for sure.
That's good. It's pretty versatile.
All right, so let's do that real quick. Play with the green here. And we'll say we're out of small. And then we're actually going to add one more size, just so it kind of makes more sense. Oops. Zoom in here. Cool.
So do you have these sort of assets like pre-designed sometimes, or?
Right, yeah. A lot of the projects I work on are projects say I have a website I need to refresh. Usually I am working with the previous client, so I actually made the website before. So I'll already have those assets kind of in place and their design styles and their design rules and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of the times I do have that, and I do also like to save my favorite ones just to use on future products.
Yeah.
Like I really like these styles, so I'd probably save this style onto another XD folder or file, just so I have all my styles that I kind of like to use and test out.
Cool.
So yeah.
It's always nice when you have like things that you can reuse or repurpose from the past, make little tweaks.
Absolutely,
too.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks much cleaner. Love that suggestion. Looking good. All right, so back to our cart. I think I'm going to do a list view here for all of our products. So we'll come over here.
So this is kind of a breakdown from like your shoes versus t-shirts. Okay.
Size here. I think we'll just do a little square to show what you grabbed.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. We'll just steal this here.
Tell that you've done this before.
Right.
You have all the stats that you need down pat already.
Right.
I need a cheat sheet. I'd forget something.
For sure. It's always good, even if you have done it a million times, go back, make sure you didn't skip something. It looks like complete fool when you're presenting it. Like, have you ever made e-commerce before?
Yeah. I definitely need to reference some other ones.
Right. So, let's see. Kind of want to put a way to remove it from cart easy, like just one button that's already there, so you don't have to do multiple steps to remove something.
Ooh, so that's a pet peeve.
Right, yeah, for sure.
From before, like, if it's hard for me to remove something from the cart, I'm going to get frustrated.
You might get frustrated and not even order at all.
Yeah, I might just close the app.
Definitely happens.
Yeah.
I think I'll just do a simple X. Whoops.
Yeah, I like an X. I hate when I have to like make the quantity 0 and then update my cart.
Oh, that's the worst.
Like,
that is definitely a pet peeve right there.
Feels like it's like a hack to get rid of it. It's bad.
Oops.
Ooh, we got a suggestion for a trash can icon too.
Ooh, yeah, that would be cool.
It's a good one too.
If I had a trash can icon imported, I would definitely do that. I think a red X looks good and easy to know what that's for.
Just definitely one of those things you can always change later too. So
Absolutely. Super easy. But with XD, pretty much anything's easy to change, so.
that's true.
Cool, that's looking pretty good. So we'll just copy this in. Cool.
I think those bottom two got a little
Oh, yeah.
indented or unindented.
Sweet. So now we'll throw some images in. A bag. Let's see, that one's jeans. And I don't think we've used this image yet.
Someone in chat saying my favorite part of design apps are the icons. I
Right.
agree. I'm a sucker for icons. Good icons.
Icon
can go a
design
long
is
way.
definitely fun. Cool, that's looking pretty good. Let's rename these real quick. Just a little detail. Sweet.
Ari wants to know if you ever make your own custom icons or do you use all stock?
I have made a couple of icons, but I'm not great at it. So that's why I use Icons 8 a lot of the time, and they're free to use. You can use them whenever you want. There's no copyright on them. So, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, that's like their profession is making icons.
Right, yeah.
So it's a specialty
You can definitely
thing.
always hire someone on for your projects to do that. Like I said yesterday, I love doing collaborations with different creatives.
Mm-hmm.
The things I'm not great at, someone is a master at. So,
Yep. Yeah, at
Definitely
Adobe,
great.
we have a brand team that does awesome work with their icons. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, I think Photoshop alone has over 1,000 icons in it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is really
So
crazy.
they have to
I mean, like,
manage those.
just opening XE, there's icons everywhere. So, someone's got to design it, right?
Exactly.
Cool, just looking through everything real quick. Really like how this is turning out. So down here, I think we're gonna put a note that all orders have free shipping, since I did put that in here somewhere earlier.
I like that too. Free shipping. I don't have to hit a minimum.
Oh, right, that's the worst. Like, spend $200 and you can get free shipping.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, really?
Yeah. Or I spend half of that and use the rest of the $100 for shipping plus something else.
Right. And this is just going to be a checkout button. Paste that in. And something I also like to do is when I'm importing my buttons, you'll notice they're all pretty much in the exact same place,
Mm-hmm.
even on completely different pages. Just that familiarity with where the buttons are supposed to be can really help people navigate quicker.
Yeah, there's nothing unexpected about it. They know
Right.
where to click, what to look for.
Exactly. Cool. I think spacing's a little high here.
Yeah, all these pages have really good hierarchy too. They like when you get to the page, you know what you're supposed to look at.
Right.
The things that are the same across pages, you know, are consistent. So
Yep.
yeah, they're all looking good. Especially when you do like the bird's eye view of all your artboards, you can pretty much tell what you're gonna get into even
Exactly,
from a
yeah.
distance.
I think that's really important to try to keep in mind when you're making stuff as well. Oops. Cool, that's a little cleaner. All right. So something I'm thinking about changing here is adding some color to our buttons, but I'm not sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe experiment with that for a minute with our fill. You can actually use the color dropper and pull it right out of an image,
Ooh, that's nice.
which is great to do. kind of play around with it, see what it would look like.
Yeah, I like it. I like the color. It brings like a call to action to this. Like,
Right,
hey, this is
for sure.
This is what you needed to interact with next.
Then you can just mess with it. I think a lighter color is gonna go best. Maybe even, there we go. I like that.
Yep. That's a 20-minute marker for the contest until the deadline's ready. So if you're watching us, you're not in the chat, go to behance.net/live and just join us on the chat. Get involved, ask us questions. We're ready. You can take them.
Absolutely. Let's hear them.
And then you can go up in the challenge tab and submit a challenge. It's only one screen, so you got plenty of time still if you haven't started. If you have, then you got time to put your finishing touches. And again, the winner gets Creative Cloud for a year. So I know we have a couple entries already, and they're looking great. So can't wait to see whatever everyone else submits.
Yeah. Can't wait to check those out. Let's try that. Get it a little brighter. Yeah, I'm liking that for now. Sweet. So if you guys have any suggestions for the color of the buttons, definitely drop a message. Very open to what color we should use. I was also thinking about adding a little color to the background of the onboarding screens. Again, I don't know if we should do that or not, but it might look kind of cool since we have a big square there anyways. Might be nice to have a little color in the background like that.
Simon's kind of calling us out on if there was an app that would pull colors out of an image for us.
Oh yeah.
Adobe Capture does a pretty similar thing on the phone.
Yeah, and like yesterday, Adobe Color
And
does the exact same thing as well.
Yep, Color and Capture are two great tools if you're not using those.
In fact, we might end up using Color here for our buttons.
It's always a good tool to use.
For sure. Now I just have to pick which image I like the colors the most. Kind of like it this one has like nice light blues in it, and then a nice red if we wanted to use that. But this one at the same time has a ton of colors we could use. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. I want to get this checkout done, since that'll be pretty easy. So this is just your actual checkout where you're entering your information and stuff.
Okay.
So I think we'll round this all out.
So these are text fields, input fields.
Right,
I see. Okay.
Then you can just copy the styles.
So John has a question for you. How do you choose your fonts for clients?
Right, so that sometimes can be a long process depending on the brand. But kind of like I said yesterday, I like Avenir as a good starting point because it's very modern looking, looks very crisp as you can see on our design. That's fun, I've been using the whole time. But typically, I'll go through their branding, see what they've used previously, see what kind of fits their brand. If they're more of a serif or sans type company, and just kind of experiment. Like, that's one of the things you could really have fun on, but could also be challenging. So definitely just keep trying a bunch, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you don't get to choose.
Sometimes they're telling you which one you're using. They're like, we're using Comic Sans, whether you like it.
Yeah, we had some people in the chat yesterday who fell into that category, which I am so sorry that they had to do that.
So another pet peeve I just thought of actually is in the checkout. A lot of times they'll put the text in the box, which I think is a bad UX thing to do because once you start typing, that text is gone and you can forget what you were typing.
That's a great point.
You can totally enter the wrong thing.
Yep.
So just to show what I mean, add the text below so it's always there, like that.
I see.
Rather than being right here. Put it below.
Yep, that way when they start typing, it doesn't disappear. They don't.
It's always clear what they have to do.
Exactly.
not distracted by anything. Just paste these real quick. Sweet. So I'll do name. Oops. Email. Address. So another thing here you might want to do if you were doing an actual project for an actual client. I like to group the name, assuming that it's going to be the same name on the card. So that can get kind of tricky. A lot of the times, they might be using someone else's card or something.
Oh, I see.
But at the same time, it's also a security thing that you're requiring their name to be the card they're using.
To match it.
Right. So
It's a good tip.
that's something you could definitely mess around with and talk to your developer on what steps to take there.
Yeah.
But for the sake of simplicity, I just grouped it. Was my thinking.
Yeah, I don't like entering my name twice.
Right, like sometimes it's so ridiculous. It's like I already entered all this information. I mean, most of the time you're using your own card anyway, so.
Yep. Tammy ran into a similar issue where she autofilled and they got rid of all the labels for the form, so she wasn't sure if it filled incorrectly.
I see.
Which that
Exactly.
totally
That's
happens all the
a
time.
perfect example of how that should be changing.
Like I've had my phone number go into the card number slot
Right,
before.
like it's supposed to be so smart, but it never is.
Yep.
Yeah, great example there. Cool, so this page is getting pretty close. So down here, we're just gonna put another reminder that shipping is free. Just make that very clear that there's not gonna be any extra charge.
No confusion.
And then we'll do the, oh yeah, something I actually forgot to add here. How can I forget to add the prices? It's like, yeah, don't worry about the price.
Yeah.
Just check out.
That's actually a really funny, like, shady thing to do.
Same company as yesterday.
Yeah.
This is a much better business. They're not like that. They have ethics.
It's a little bit more quality. Yeah.
So let's see where we should put that. Oh, I think that looks good right there.
Simon coming with more slogans.
Oh boy.
If you need to ask the price, this site's not for you.
Shady, so shady.
I like it. Simon, you need to be a copywriter.
Seriously.
You got a knack for it. Yep. Saw somebody's having issues with getting their work on the site. Maybe give it a minute and refresh and see if it shows up. Sometimes it takes a second.
Okay, there's some prices here.
We're at the 10-minute mark, by the way, everyone. So
Man, that time flew right by,
I
didn't
know
it?
this is going quick.
Today's been a fun one though.
Yeah.
Really like today's work. Cool, there's that. Then we need to add the total at the bottom. Oops. So I zoom in 500%. As nice too, we have some content on all of our screens. It's looking pretty killer, if you ask me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just taking a zoom out and looking at it all.
Yeah, just really shows how far we've come from the.
Looks great together.
Oh, I should have copied and pasted the wireframes just to show before and after.
Ooh.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah, just copy all of them and then just hit
Right.
undo for about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, but
Yeah.
this is great content, right?
It's sort of a reverse, what's it called, like speed design.
Right.
Just deconstructing your.
Actually, just thought of a little UX thing is we didn't make a way to get out of search. So now we got to think about that.
So this is actually where the prototyping feature in XC comes in handy. Because you start to wire things up, you're clicking through.
And you're like, oh, I forgot to design for this.
Because you'll get to that screen and
For
you'll be like, oh, hey, how do I get out of this?
Yeah. I was just thinking, I don't even know what made me think of it. I was just thinking pressing search and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. We can find a way to get out. So typically people put an X right here, but we have a microphone there, and I kind of want to keep that. So we got to think of an idea of how to get out of the search menu. So if you guys have any ideas, definitely shoot them over. And we can experiment there while I'm finishing up this checkout page.
Simon has some feedback on your price sizing.
Oh, yeah?
I was wondering if it could be a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger? Why prices are so small? You want to know why they're so small? Because you don't need to know the price, right?
Exactly.
Like we were saying earlier.
Hey, it's a step up from not showing it at all.
Right. So, yeah, we can do that. Shoot it up to 15 to match the rest. Why not?
Bailey, there's I think in the newest release there's an auto recovery feature. I'm not sure if it's technically an auto save though. So if it crashes, it should be journaling in the back, and it'll recover your file if you lose any information. Where it'll stop you from losing any information if you haven't saved it yet.
So I close everything. There we go. Get that out of the way. So let's see if we have calculator over here. Boom. Problem solving in real time. Right. Just because I'm being a little OCD about this, I want to get the exact total price.
Nice, doing the calculator.
Right.
Bailey, if
$279.
you reopen the app after it crashes, I'm hoping it recovers it. I think it's a brand new feature. So if you haven't updated to the latest XD, you might not have it. But the next time you open it, I think it should recover. Sorry, I don't have all the information about that one though. That's always unfortunate. So sorry that happened to you. Crashes are never fun.
The worst. Cool. So here we'll change cost to charge since you're actually charging your card on this page. And change the button to
Confirm.
I was thinking confirm. Cool. So did anybody submit any ideas on closing out of the search page yet? Kind of forgot about that for a minute.
So the images on those last two products are not center aligned.
Which ones? The last two, like in the cart, or what are you talking about?
It's a good question.
The last two products.
Any follow up on that?
Yeah, that'd be great. Definitely want to get things centered well.
No exit strategy for the search, so I'm wondering.
Right.
Well, actually, I wonder if. No, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say once you are in search, we can get rid of the microphone because you've already done the search.
True.
But if you wanted to do another search, then that would be an issue.
Yeah.
You can actually change that magnifying glass maybe to an X.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. Zoom in here a little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, once you use it once, you know what it does. So
Exactly. You're not going to really need it again. So we'll just get that out of here. Copy and paste this text so it's the same size.
Be a little careful though, because I think you had a symbol going on, so it might affect all your other search bars.
Yeah, usually it would, but since we're only using it once in here, we should be good.
Oh, cool.
I think we'll make this red. Well, because it's symbol. Never mind. We don't want the whole thing to be red, so I think if we... Where is it? Okay, I thought there was a way to do that. I guess not. Alright, that's fine. Cool. So now we have a way to get out. If we zoom back out here.
Perfect. I'm glad we didn't sacrifice the microphone, because that's a good accessibility thing too.
And we didn't have to add any big overlays to ruin the design either. Nice, subtle, simple way. Perfect. Alright, so this is almost done. Let me just go through here. Double check everything.
Jordan makes a good point. If that was like a return symbol instead of an X, because X
Oh,
might just mean
yeah.
clear the field, and then
True,
the return might
true.
mean go back, which I buy that.
Yeah.
That can be something we update later, though.
Right,
But
yeah, I think for now we could just leave that just because
yeah, it's a great
we're
suggestion.
running out of
Though.
time anyway. So, cool. Do you ever reply on which products weren't centered?
No, I don't think we got to follow up on that.
Oh, okay. I have a feeling it's these ones. Let's zoom in and check. Oh, that's pretty good. These ones look pretty good to the naked eye anyways.
Light wash jean
Here we go.
and
Here's
jeans.
a problem.
The image is just slightly touching the edge.
Oh. So, oh, I see what you mean. Yes. It's hard to see it with the white colors going on here. There we go. Nice catch. Perfect.
That is another good reason for the small prices, Simon. The type is small because our prices are so small.
Right. Yeah, those are some pretty good prices.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So we're looking pretty good here. Oh yeah, I wanted to come back to some colors on the buttons and stuff. I think I'm gonna do Adobe Color for this. Oops, Color not Adobe, not the other way around. Adobe's not owned by Color.com.
That's a good like phishing URL.
Right? Oh gosh, seriously.
Cool. Just over a minute left, guys. So get those submissions in for the daily challenge. Again, follow that link in the challenge tab right above the chat.
Just picking an image here. Kind of like those faded colors of those buildings right there.
Man, you're teaching me a little bit here about color.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
know all
super
the
cool.
features they have.
So all these just go to like all the different colors, and then you can just move them whatever colors you like the most.
This is awesome.
Yeah, Adobe Color is super underrated.
We need this built into XD or something.
That's exactly what I was saying yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was.
But then you can come here and make your own as well, so it's super cool for sure.
Nick wants to know what the font is for the hanger text.
Oh
you're using.
yeah, pretty sure we used Veneer. Yep, right there, Veneer.
Veneer. Awesome.
We use it for all the text on this one.
Hello, Armando. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a good font. I like it.
Yeah, for sure. I think it goes really well with the theme. It goes with a lot of different types of things you could be working on. I like red, but I want it a little brighter. Zoom in here. Just realized I don't think that's perfectly centered. Cool.
Yeah, are those filled in? Maybe one's filled in on one
Which one?
for the pips.
What about it?
Maybe one you have like filled in, like on the first one's filled in on the first, and the second one filled in on the second. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, great idea. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, little detail I skipped over. We'll just fill this one off the border. Cool.
Awesome.
Nice little detail for sure.
Cool. Well, it is time for challenge submissions. We can finish wrapping up here. We
Yeah,
got a little
sure.
bit of time,
Sure.
and then we can, go into our reviewing and pick a winner.
Super excited to do that. There were some really good submissions yesterday.
Yeah, quality stuff. And earlier today, we saw a few.
Yeah, there were some really good ones, say, from the other streams for sure.
Yep. And again, just to call out, be sure to join us tomorrow. Same set of streams, same times. So see you tomorrow.
Just kind of cleaning up some little things over here. Just kind of finalize it. Cool, it's looking pretty good. Sweet.
Yeah, maybe we take a zoom out again in a minute and just kind of look at all the stuff that we designed out today and how quick.
Yeah, I think we did really great today.
It's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
You were cruising.
We got that filled in nice.
Yeah, this is awesome. The content's beautiful, filled in nicely.
Super visually appealing.
Nice and clean.
Yeah.
Awesome work, man.
Thanks. I'm really happy with today's.
Cool. So everyone submitted, and I think we're ready to start a review.
Sweet. Let's do that.
Was there anything last you wanted to mention about this, or?
I think I'm pretty good.
Awesome.
Pretty happy with it. Yeah. Let's move on to that.
Cool. So if we can switch over to my screen real quick, we'll start going over some of these entries. I'm really excited about this. All right. Start with number 1. We have Rizas. Okay, let's see. I wonder if I can maybe enter a full screen, get a little bit of a zoomed in view here. Okay.
There we go.
Cool. So this is a way to manage your time, it looks like.
Sweet.
So you start up here. It gives you a little bit of a chart. I'm thinking is, oh wait, percentage of your daily time used.
That's
for
cool.
this week. That is nice. So that's awesome.
So I like how it's like the bottom part with the squares feels kind of Microsoft-y, then it's kind of mixed with the iOS feel with the rounded up top. It's kind of a nice little mix.
It's not like too branded in one way or another or anything like that. This reminds me of Google Material, like Fab. The call to
kind of a
action
mix
button.
of everything.
That's awesome.
Kind of works though.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I'm assuming these are just things that you have scheduled for today. So it's just giving. So you have a really busy schedule.
Yeah.
That's no wonder your percentages.
Right. It's like you cannot do anything. That's a really well done list right there.
Yeah. So not only does like break down like how you're using your time, it actually starts to like help you with the things you're about to do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So maybe it can make you a little bit more efficient at doing those things and save you a little bit more time, which I think is pretty fun.
Yeah, that looks really great. I love overlays, the transparent overlay that we were talking about earlier. That you used right there. That looks great.
Yeah, nice work. If I was going to give a little bit of feedback on it, I think this lockup up here, I think time dash kind of gets lost in there. I mean, I would make that maybe a little bit bolder, or make the slogan a little bit smaller.
Definitely.
Then let this image kind of be like the hero up top, because it's a cool image. I like that a lot. But this is great work.
Yeah.
Let's go to full screen mode is breaking my.
There we go. Sheep counter.
Sheep counter, sleeping app, nice. Awesome. I love the little illustrations.
Yeah, illustrations are great.
Cool work. So I'm assuming it means, so the green graph is showing us, I guess it's how long it took you to fall asleep, maybe? I guess that's what I would get to.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming there.
So it can track like your movements, like one of those sleep tracking apps, and then so if you take longer, the sheep are gonna.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would suggest is maybe try some different fonts that feel more productive. Like those are good fonts and they are kind of fun, but I feel like that you could find a better one to go with what you're trying to accomplish. But overall, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. I guess maybe the positiveness of the more sheep, I feel like you want less sheep.
Right.
You want to fall asleep quicker.
Right.
So,
true.
So best maybe not the right word to communicate that.
Yeah.
But good work. Let's go to this next guy.
Oh, I like this one. Very stripe-like.
Very clean. So it looks like it's going to be a money management app.
Yeah.
It's on theme with purchasing from some clothing stores. I like that. Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, I really like the colors he used, and the font all works really well together. Trying to see. I'm kind of far.
Yeah, let me see if I can zoom in.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. I was going to say, if those were completely square, you might want to make them round, but it looks like you already did that.
A little bit rounded corners, nice little shadow.
Yeah.
Gives hierarchy.
I think it goes good with the round button. That's really solid.
Yeah, small little detail missed was, I think you meant to say maybe weekly, monthly,
yeah.
weekly, daily. But
Right.
that's, I think we
that's
figured
just
it out.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
Next one. All right. So this one looks like it got mocked up onto a phone, which, nice little touch.
Yeah. Could be nice for presenting for sure.
Yeah. Let's see.
They got your steps, your water, your sleep. It's like fitness mainly.
I like the name of it. Fit Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
great.
see that. That's awesome.
Good branding. Tells you
I like how the depth feels in it, for sure. I think that's kind of unique.
Yeah. This is great because it gives you like a really easy buttons to click, like, hey, I'm about to start running, or I want to track something really quickly.
For sure.
Just one click, and then probably gives me a little keyboard.
You don't have to go to another page. Like, even on like the popular app Strava now, you have to do like 2 steps just to start a run. So I think that's really good.
Yep, this is great. Clean, simple, nice.
Yeah, super cool.
And also like the name, great stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so this is
Balance challenge.
Okay.
Balance meals, your work, your drink, your relaxing. Oh, I see. Cool.
Okay, so I think maybe the goal is to try to
get everything balanced.
Yeah, hit the appropriate amount for each one,
right?
And then get them to level out, which is, I think,
a good idea for sure.
Definitely.
I'd say mess with some different charting options, because that could be very distracting on your eye right there.
Yeah.
Maybe solid bars. Maybe throw some color in there as well. But
yep,
solid idea. Like how you organized it.
I agree with that. I think what's it called? What's that pattern? The Moire pattern?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called.
Where it's like this optical illusion.
Yeah, that's totally like moving my hair. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, so I'd just be careful about that, especially at different screen resolutions. These kind of patterns can really either fall apart or just not show up at all.
For sure, yeah.
But I think like concept-wise, awesome. Really cool. Really
just some minor
simple
things you could change to really improve that one, though. But yeah, good job.
Pooch up. Let's go. Okay, so this is like you're trying to do a push-up, and you want to hit X amount.
Cool, yeah. So always a nice touch when you use my name and everything. That's going to earn you some points right there.
Pandering is, half the battle, right?
Right.
Cool. Simple chart. Yeah, I'd like to see maybe like how you make an entry into it. But I mean, that's just hard to do with one screen. It's a really constrained challenge. So
for sure. You did really good with where my name is and stuff. Like your typography hierarchy there looks really good. That's really solid. I'd say kind of take some of that knowledge into the top of the page where it says today's goal. I feel like that could be cleaned up a little, but pretty solid from there.
Awesome.
Oh, that one looks nice. Love that you matched your colors with your image.
Yeah, that's exactly
something
what
I love to do. So great touch for sure.
Wonder if they used color.adobe.com.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, so let's see what we got going on here. Seems like a running app.
Yeah.
Which is great.
17 miles a day.
That's a lot.
There you go.
Cool. So right up here, it just tells you what you did today, which is always good to reflect back on.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like.
I really like on this one that she really, he or she, I don't know, followed the iOS guidelines. Like we got the iPhone X bar at the bottom, you got the big title on the top. Looks really good.
Yeah, this is really solid, really clean.
Feels really Apple-like for sure, which is never a wrong route to take.
Unless you're using too many gradients, which
Right,
you're
yeah.
not. This is just enough
I think it's a
gradients.
perfect balance. It looks great.
Let's zoom in on this. Cool. All right, we got a couple.
Oh, cool. So
screens.
you got kind of like a landing page type thing.
Yep. So we got a login, a way to track where you're moving to. It looks
Yeah.
like. Then your menu just for your basics.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I like your kind of drawn buttons. Those look cool.
Mhm.
It's a nice touch. I definitely like the theme. It's more unique and not as flat as everybody else is doing. So
Yeah.
kind of a nice touch to change it up there. Love the illustrations.
Yep.
It's pretty solid for sure.
It's a good look. Yeah. Color choices are great too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the only thing I would change is the menu there. The text seems a little small just in proportion with everything else, so might want to mess with that, but overall pretty solid as well.
Yeah. Nice work.
Oh, this one's cool.
Nice.
That's super cool.
All right, so it's pretty much tracking most
All
like
your activity.
healthy kind of
Right.
things, like sleep, running, yoga. This is a great little chart.
Yeah.
I like that it's not like a full blown
Yeah.
chart. Just kind
Kind
of
of reminds me, I don't know if you've used the Robinhood investing app.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that. I really like how they organize that, so that looks great.
Absolutely, it has that kind of vibe to it, which is cool.
For sure. I love the dark themes. I know I haven't really designed anything dark on the streams, but that's my go-to thing is dark UI, so that looks great.
Yep.
On the calendar with the bars, I think that'd be super cool if that actually reflected the charts. Just a nice, cool little detail. But overall, that one's really solid, and I really like this one.
Yeah, this is great. I like it a lot. The depth up here too.
Yeah, that's
Little
something I
card
noticed
stacking.
first on. And then how you have the same background but dark on the next page. Looks really nice. Yeah.
Good work. Just click into here. Run down. Nice. So
Digging the vampire cough.
this is a lot different than
Yeah, this is way different.
the rest.
Which is super creative. I like this.
Yeah. It's using just black and white colors. Relies on a lot of hierarchy and contrast. I wish there was maybe a little bit more contrast in it.
Yeah.
Just to pull things a little bit out, but it's really cool. It's a lot different than
sure.
what we're used to seeing, I think.
Yeah, I think I would like change the name to like a bright color just to kind of, like you just said, give that contrast. Just like little details here and there that would be highlighted. But overall, that is super fresh.
Yeah.
I love the creativity here.
Yep. So what do we got going on now? We have
Got your charts,
looks like swim is
your
a tab,
miles over there.
run is a tab.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tracks both of them. Tells you what calories you have going on.
Yeah,
Beats per minute. It's nice.
yeah, I really like this one. Definitely in my top 3.
Good work. Okay. Aha. So this is a little bit different, which I like too. It's not like tracking my activity, it's tracking my
Ooh, yeah.
pet's activity, which is
Super popular today, I think. Everyone loves dogs these days.
really cool. So you can see how much food they've eaten. So you got to track that somehow, I'm sure.
Smart accessories,
Yeah. You know what's actually really fun about this is when you kind of like co-parent a pet. Like
Yeah.
if you have like a significant other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you're not sure if they fed them already.
For
and
sure.
Sometimes they're begging for food. even
Great
though they've
thinking,
already
yeah.
eaten. And how many treats they got. So you can just like let the other person know, like, hey, I already
Don't
gave
give
them a
the
treat.
dog 500 treats in one day.
Exactly.
We already gave him one. I like that.
Yeah, like, oh, did you let him out, or should I? Like, no,
Yeah.
I know. I can just track it on here. It's pretty clever.
Super useful. Yeah, I like the site navigation is definitely unique these days. A lot of people don't do that on mobile. That's something I've been trying to experiment with lately is different ways to do navigation on mobile just because so many people do a hamburger menu. That one's kind of a mix I see on the top.
Yep.
So yeah, that's super cool for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, nice work. It's clean.
nice and organized. Got a bunch of tabs. It's clear what they are without having to have text. I'd say maybe add text to the icon under the icons just to be that much more clear.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty solid.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what's really happening
Right.
with this bowl,
Right.
or what that is. Yeah, I like this a lot though.
Yeah, for sure.
Pardon me. All right. Let's see if this loads. There we go.
Very nice.
I like the polish of actually mocking it up onto a.
Yeah, always a nice little touch.
Yeah.
First thing that sticks out to me is the typography. Like everything else in the app is super material-like and really modern, but the font doesn't really reflect that. So I would say try some Google fonts like Roboto or something like that. Could really polish up your design.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm trying to think what we're doing in here. This is like a to-do tracking list. So I have like a bunch of tasks, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
and we have a little progress bar up here, which I think is fun around the sun.
Oh, that is clever.
That works.
It would be really cool if once it adds up, the sun gets higher.
Yeah,
That'd be a nice thing to add in.
That would be
the
really
animation
cool.
and stuff.
So nice, clean, shows you the products. You got some nice buttons down here. So overall, great work though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a comment saying I should try gradients. I'm loving these. Yeah, gradients are super in right now. They're great to experiment with and really can bring some depth and some nice style to your app. So definitely try them out.
All right.
Free. What am I free from? Must stops was like quitting addiction stuff.
There's some weirdness on this one.
Yeah, I kind of see what they're going for though. That's funny, but
Yeah. I skip past this one a little bit quicker.
ooh, pink.
This is clean.
Yeah, this is super clean.
Like it.
Kind of Google-like.
Good use of
for sure.
icons. It's weighted really well.
Those are great icons, actually.
Yeah.
I'd love to know where you got those from or if you made them.
Yeah, those are really cool. Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Themed really well together.
So I'm trying to see what. So this is an exercise. Well, it's more of like a yoga, maybe.
Yeah, like yoga, meditation, vitamins, and so like kind of trying to be more mindful with everything you do.
Nice.
I dig that for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Trying to see, was there a difference? Oh, this is just mocking it up on a
Oh,
phone,
I
which
see,
is a
yeah.
good touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a really clean, nice looking layout. I'm a fan.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
.500 steps, nice stepper. Okay, I like it. So it's just going to track my steps and tell me how many calories I have and what the distance I went, which
Yeah.
in a really clean, concise way. I'm trying to see. So actually, I like this small detail where it's saying,
Yeah.
like, this is how much more you have to go to reach
Yeah,
your
that's
goal.
super cool.
Um,
Definitely nice.
and then, yeah, it's just a nice little.
And that one you completed already. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
I would say mess with the background color. Maybe try going full dark blue on the back and getting rid of the squares and just kind of having them be part of the background. It might look a little cleaner, but
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
maybe get rid of the border around these
right, that's
boxes.
what I meant to say. Yeah, get rid of the border.
And then maybe the background can change or the icon can change once they've completed it, just to give it a little bit more of a
Yeah,
reinforcement. But nice.
for sure.
I think that was
All of them? Awesome.
Yeah.
So now we have to pick someone that's going to win this awesome freaking prize.
This is the tough part.
Yeah, there are so many good ones today. I would say that Stripe one is in the top 3. In the top right there.
This guy. Okay.
Yeah, definitely in the top 3.
Let's see if I can. Okay.
Who is it by again? Love to know the names.
Albin.
Albin? Okay, cool. I'd say that one is definitely in the top 3 as well.
This one's good. I like this one. I'm trying to think. I mean, this is a tough part. I mean, these two are really good
is
too.
hard. Yeah, those two are definitely up there. I think, yeah.
let's click through them real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's
I just love how
awesome.
clean this one is, how familiar it is with the rest of iOS. It'd be very easy to download and start using.
Mm-hmm.
It's really well thought out.
This one's different with illustrations. I liked it.
Unique, but still good. Really like this
We did
one.
mark this one.
Then there's this one, yeah. I really love the unique style. I don't know if you've heard of the rapper NF, but that super reminds me of NF's branding and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He likes those dark grays and stuff, and the spaced out text. I think it just is a really good look.
I'm kind of a sucker for just the black and white, the
Yeah,
cleanness of it.
same.
So what do you think, man? This is your call.
So much pressure. I'd say my final two would have to be this one and this one.
All right. So they're consecutive.
So here's our final two. Oh, that's a hard choice.
I think I know which one I lean towards.
What's your vote?
I think I like this one. I just like it's different.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree. You know, it's just so different than the other submissions. It's so cleanly done.
It is.
It's really well thought out. I really like it.
Yeah. So I think we can
got
call
our
it
winner, yeah.
Yeah. Ori,
For
I think
sure.
it was. Let me double check.
Full screen messing with us.
Yeah. Ori, congrats. Great work.
Huge congrats.
Really cool, really clean. Different, I think, is what kind of put it
Yeah.
over. It broke the whole like smoothness,
For sure.
kind of modern
Yeah.
look, and
I mean, it's different, but it's not like a bad different. It's where you were just trying so hard to get a different look. It's really cleanly done. I'd say you definitely deserve that prize. I'd love to see what you create more with that,
yeah, absolutely.
with your new Creative Cloud subscription.
Yes. Yeah. So congratulations. I'm sure we'll reach out soon
Yep.
with your prize. And yeah, so we only have a couple minutes left.
Yeah, that went by way fast.
I think tomorrow we're doing portfolio review of people. And yeah, I think more prizes. So please join us. Tomorrow's the last day for this week. But we're always check back. We always have stuff going on here. And yeah, I just want to thank you. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man.
Signing with you.
Yeah.
So this has been a lot of fun. I hope everyone learned a lot from just watching you work and, mastering your craft and
Yeah,
getting tips on it. So,
and great submissions, guys. Those were really awesome.
yep, nice work, everyone. Yeah, so I think that's probably a wrap for us. And just thanks again for joining us, and see you all soon.
Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow, where I'll be doing a smartwatch app design. Haven't done a bunch of that, so it should be really interesting and fun. Hope to see you guys same time tomorrow.